Hi, my name is Rob Barrett, and you're watching Cooking for Dads. Today we're going to make lots of appetizers and snacks for like a big game day or for like a party. You don't have to make everything, you can just pick one thing and make it, but I'm going to show you lots of different choices. Here we go. One of the easiest appetizers to make is a cheese and cracker tray. To help us with our cheeses is Jody. She's a cheese expert. So what do we have here?
Well, I can start with the ones from the United States. Here we have the cow belly. It's from Wisconsin. It's made by Natural Valley Cheese. It has two kinds of milk, a goat and a cow. And it's a washed rind cheese, which means they wash it in like the surface of the cheese in kind of a salt and water, I believe this one is. And it sort of imparts a little different flavor to the cheese and makes it a little more interesting and complex.
Can you eat the rind?
You can eat the rind. The rind is actually edible, but it's very strong tasting. Most people don't eat the rind. The other cheese that we have from the United States is this blue. It's a Rogue River Blue. It's from one of the 3 creameries in Oregon, and it is wrapped in a grape leaf that is infused with a pear brandy. It's very, very nice. So I think you should try a little of that. It's just a very tasty blue. It's nice, isn't it?
Really strong.
Yeah, it's strong, but it's got some sweetness to it, which helps a lot. Okay, and the next one is from the Neal's Yard in England, and it's called Westcombe Cheddar, and it's a cow's milk, so it's not too way out there. Neal's Yard is a market in London, and they go shopping basically all through Europe for the best cheeses for their market. So when it says Neal's Yard, you know it's going to be a really top drawer cheese.
That's mild.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, it's got a little, almost like a horseradishy kind of a feel to it. So, and the next one, we might as well go to France next, is the Briotte Savarin, and it is a triple creme, which means they add cream, heavy cream to it during the production to make it, Brie is double cream, and to make it triple cream it's going to be more buttery. And this is a very delightful cheese. It's named after actually a foodie. He wrote, food articles back. He fled France during Napoleon's occupation and came to the United States. Mr. Savarin.
A little bit more of that.
Yeah, that's lovely cheese. Yeah. That's one of my very favorites.
Hey, what are these two in the middle?
Okay, well, these two are actually the same. I just did it this way to show you how to serve it. But it's La Tour, and it's from Italy, the Piedmont region of Italy, and it's La Tour means the tower. And it's 3 milks. It's goat, sheep, and cow milk. And again, it's a triple because of the 3 milks. So it's very buttery, very creamy. It's got a very unique flavor. A lot of times people serve that maybe with a jam or honey. You can drizzle over it and some nuts. It's very, very nice. Yeah. So, that's our round the world trip.
Well, Jody, thank you so much. That was really helpful. Cheese and cracker tray, it's one of the easiest things to do. All right, to get your cheeses, what I recommend is get 2 that you know, like a Swiss, an American, or a Cotswold, and then try something way out that you've never tried before. All right, there's a lot of different kind of crackers. There's the Triscuit with Rachel's face on it, maybe someday mine. Very funny. You gotta get some rice crackers. These are common, there's a bunch of different kinds. Get 2 boxes of the rice crackers and then get 2 other kinds as well. Get one kind that looks strange, just to try something new. Get 2 things of the Pillsbury crescent dough, just the normal kind, nothing fancy. Get a block of sharp cheddar cheese and a block of mild Swiss. You can also use some of this for your cheese tray if you want. Get some bacon and get some sliced ham. Don't get maple bacon, get normal. Get a pound of 16 to 20 count raw shrimp. It's a great size. You can get the cooked if you want, but it's so much better when you cook it yourself. Parchment paper. Get a thing of basic Italian seasoning. That's what it'll be called, Italian seasoning. And get some olive oil and garlic salt. Get some chocolate chips, some pecans, and some brown sugar. Get some small tomatoes. Okay, get some raspberries, get a kiwi, and then get some other fruit. Get like an apple, a pear, a pineapple. Maybe get one strange thing. Maybe for you, that's the kiwi. I think we'll get a star fruit. All right, first thing we're gonna make is called Mediterranean chips. You use this Pillsbury crescent dough. It's really easy. We're gonna lay it out, pinch together the seams, roll it thinner, put some olive oil on it, garlic salt, Italian seasoning, and maybe some tomatoes if you want. Finally, sprinkle it with some Parmesan cheese, just lightly. Then take your pizza cutter and just cut it up. .400, 9 minutes, just until they start to brown. See how they're nice and brown on the edges, just right. All right, these look great. Just break them apart. They're a little warm. If you want, you can serve it with some marinara sauce or some pasta sauce. The other thing we're going to make is cheese balls. These are super easy and everyone likes them. Take your cheddar cheese and turn it into small cubes. Then lay out your crescent dough. Same thing, pinch together the seams. Make it as contiguous as possible. Next thing you do is you take a piece of cheese, lay it on the dough, cut out a square just a little bit bigger than the piece of cheese, and ball that up. Roll that together. You want to make sure there's no holes or cheese peeking through. Then do that with all your cheese squares. Cut it into a square, fold it over, seal her up. This is great for parties when the kids come over, like basketball team parties. Now these may break open while you're doing it, while you're cooking them. That's just the way it's going to be. Hopefully most of them will stay intact. Okay, we've put all of our cheese balls together. We're going to put them on a baking tray. Make sure they're not too close to each other. If you want, I mean, they're great this way, but if you want, try putting some garlic salt on some. Try some of the Italian seasoning on some. This is like a beef signature seasoning. Try that. Experiment with different seasonings or even brush some butter over them. There's a lot of different things you can do with these. I mean, it's cheese and dough. How wrong can you go? 375 for 11 minutes. Some of them have exploded, but that's just fine. These are going to be really hot, so be careful. Take them off, put them on your plate. If you don't like them opening up, you got to use a little more dough. That's kind of fun. Okay, next we're going to make little salty cracker melts. I'll show you how. They're really great. These are our shrimp, our 16 to 20 shrimp. They're really good. I love this size. These are uncooked because I like to cook them myself. You can buy them already cooked, but they're really a lot better this way. If yours are frozen, you got to put them in your colander and run cold water over until they thaw. These are already thawed. You can buy them this way so they're ready to go. All I'm going to do is wash them, sprinkle them with some salt and pepper, and cook them up. Make sure you take off the shells. These are pretty shell, but they still have the tails on. Just go ahead and take off those tails. All right, get your frying pan, turn it on high as it'll go. Get a good dose of olive oil in there. Let it heat up just for a second. Kind of swirl the oil around. Coat that whole thing. Shrimp, when they're uncooked, are gray like this. Once we cook them, they're going to be nice white and red. You don't really have to worry about undercooking them. If in question, cut it open and check, but it's pretty easy. They cook pretty fast. All right, our pan's nice and hot. We're going to throw in our shrimp. Love that sound. If you need to do it in 2 batches, go ahead. Now, hit it with some salt and pepper. Get a good dose of it on there. All right, let them cook.